Okay, I was just gonna answer this like directly to the Elite Ace because he wrote me this question on my last breakfast hour video. But that was such a good question that I actually decided to do a video on it. So that's cool. Um, Ace, man, I appreciate you for asking me that question, though, man. That was a well thought out question. And also, man, people subscribe to his channel. He's a real good beach reviewer. He goes in depth about it or whatever, and he also talks about other things like relationships and stuff and video games. Man, he a real cool dude. And also, man, you know, he's a Detroit City player, so you just gotta like him because he's a Detroit guy, right? The question that he asked me was, "What made you want to get on YouTube, and who inspired you to get on YouTube, if anybody?" Um, what made me want to get on YouTube, honestly, this how stupid I was when I was young. Because as you can see, that account, I made that account in 2006. You know, I think March or May of 2006. So at the time, I was like 16 years old. And I thought that that's how you could, I thought that was the only way you could watch videos was to make an account. So I made an account, and at the time I was like really, really into Trigun, but I couldn't use Vash the Stampede. And so I just decided to just take my middle name, Samuel, and just use Sam. That was it, just Vash the Stampede. That was it. And yeah, I got on YouTube really because I thought that you had to make an account to watch the videos. That's how dumb I was then. I know that's stupid, but I didn't make my first anime related thing until like last year, and it was an AMV. Um, I started doing those because I saw a bunch of AMVs. They had like different lists or whatever, and I just noticed that people really weren't. People, every list I saw was just composed of characters who were mainstream, and I thought that was bullshit because there's plenty of characters who just of less popularity who are just as good at their craft as the popular characters. So that's why I started doing AMVs, and I didn't start doing manga reviews until like I want to say the first chapter I reviewed was, I know it was a Naruto chapter, and I think it had something to do with it may have been when Naruto first undid the seal to unlock Kurama. It may have been that. I'm thinking. Hell, it may have been before that, but I know it was a Naruto chapter. I do remember that. And then it was the Bleach chapter, the end of the Fullbring. That was the first Bleach chapter I did, and I didn't really take it that serious. I was just kind of talking about it, you know, just bullshitting around, and I really didn't take it as serious as I initially should have. But then after that, I just kind of started getting into it, man, and I started doing the reviews because there was no one around me who I could talk to about, you know, these happenings in the chapter. There was no one. There's no one living with me now who I can talk to it about. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother, he tries to get into it, but he's not into it as much, so can't talk to him about it. You know, my friends or whatever, they just they're idiots. So I can't talk to them about it. So I just kind of sat down on YouTube and I was like, I can just upload some videos, whether they get views or not. I don't care about that, but at least I can get out what I can't say to my friends because they will know what I was talking about. Somebody may watch it and somebody may know what I'm talking about. And like early on, when I started doing these reviews, like I said, I don't care about the views. It's just me trying to get my voice out there. You know, I just want to be able to talk about this since I don't have like, I mean, I do now, but at the time I didn't have that many friends who were into it. You know, so I had to just kind of just blurt it out on the computer. But I don't, you know, it's fine. I have, you know, friends now that I met since I've been in school who just love to talk about it. So, you know, that kind of filled that void, I guess. But since I started doing it or whatever, I was getting like comments, you know, personal messages or comments dropped on my videos, and I was like, wow, people are actually listening to what I'm saying. They actually kind of, you know, getting the discussion going. And then when I started getting like loyal subscribers or whatever, like people who are always messaging me, I was just like, okay, yeah, now I gotta keep, you know, doing this because like I feel like somebody is actually like really wanting to hear what I'm saying. So I think one of them was 420 Sticky Greens, but he changes his screen name a lot. So he was like one who was always kind of there. Master Sword 100 was another one who was always kind of like there. Bankai Ace, Kamarli Sharingan. There were people who were always there, and they were always dropping comments. So I was like, I gotta keep this up because obviously I'm saying the right things to make their minds click because they keep talking to me and they keep, you know, asking for the next video. So I gotta keep doing it. Another thing that made me want to get on YouTube was I got another channel, and in that channel is when I do all my comedic type of shit. And I took a lot of my comedic stuff from Facebook because that's when I started doing it. I started doing it on Facebook, and I took it from Facebook, and I was like, let me just go ahead and put some of them on YouTube and slowly build that channel up and release my old ones as like new material until I can make the new material, because that's what I aspired to do when I was like younger, man. I wanted to do something related to comedy, but I just kind of phased out of that, but I'm still doing sketches. So that's that question in a nutshell. And the second question was, who inspired me to get on YouTube, if anybody? Like I said, the AMVs, I couldn't really give you a name because I was just watching random AMVs, so I couldn't give you a name on that. But what made me want to start reviewing? Luffy the Dragon Slayer. I watched Luffy. He did a thing, and I just thought it was just the funniest. It was like things I hate about Bleach or something like that. It was a while back when I saw that video, and he just listed stuff or whatever that he just, you know, nitpicked about the series, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny, you know what I'm saying, because like I love Bleach, and he does too. He's a fan of it too. So I like the fact that he's a true, you know what I'm saying, reviewer / person, because you can criticize something that you love and still have that same love for it, because that's how I felt. Some of the same stuff he was saying, I was like, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with it. And yeah, and I started watching his videos. I'm like, man, this dude was funny. You know, if I ever start doing reviews, I want to try to be funny like this guy. I'm trying to have some type of comedic persona or whatever. I'm gonna try to be that sarcastic, because he's more than anything, he's sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? And that's my form of comedy anyway, sarcasm. That's my shit. That's what I do. You know, sarcasm, witty retorts. You know what I'm saying? To people who not familiar with sarcasm, you may come off as being a douchebag, but you know, whatever. And another person that I watched was Techie 101, and I remember the first review I saw. Again, it made me laugh, but it was analytical at the same time. Was when the full bring thing. That was the first one I saw, when Tsukishima was thought to have died, but then he kind of like appeared out of nowhere and was yelling. And the one line I remember that Tekken said was, "Did he die? Fuck no! Why would he?" Like when I saw that, I was like, okay, that was too funny. And the way he went in depth about it, and he took, you know, scanlations from the website that he got and did all this and talked about it, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna try to just borrow elements from that, borrow elements from that guy, borrow elements from other people who I have watched or whatever, and I tried to just, you know, make it the way that I am now. You know, just kind of talking about it, throwing some comedy in there now and then, you know, but just going in depth about it and not just having the quick review, you know, having the discussion or something like that. But yeah, those two guys in particular. I mean, I've since seen people who I admire. What Ace, the Elite Ace, you another guy who I just completely admire when it comes to the way you deliver your review. You know, I think you do a really good job, man. I'm actually shocked that I hadn't heard of you like before. Like I think I put a video up and you put a comment on that video and was like, you know, it's good to see a true Bleach fan out there. And I was just like, I'm shocked I had never heard this guy before. But you another person who, you inspire me to keep doing it. You know, you, Young Money Jeezy, the Shonen Knights. I'm not gonna lie, the Shonen Knights just they so funny, and you know, saying all the stuff they do, because there's no way I could ever talk about any of the shit that they do, right? You know what I'm saying? They inspired me though, man, and I'm hoping, you know what I'm saying, one day to get the sub that you guys got. Well, like I said, that's not even that big of a deal for me, honestly. It's not even really that big of a deal. I don't even care about the views, honestly. I just put them up just to put them up. But yeah, man, that's the whole question thing in a nutshell. Like I said, I really do thank you for this question, though, man, because it makes me feel happy that somebody of your caliber asking me a question. So that's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? If anybody out there has any more questions, just go ahead and drop them in the description below. You know what I'm saying? You can ask me anything. You can ask me my favorite color, my favorite ice cream. You can ask me about my new chick, Marissa, if you want to. You can do that. You can ask me about her. I'll tell you stuff within parameters. So you can ask me about my favorite anime. You can ask me about anything. You just ask me any questions, and I'll just make a video about them. You can ask me questions related to Bleach, Naruto. You can ask me some questions relating to One Piece because I am reading that, but I'm not as caught up as you guys probably are. Although I did cheat, I'm not gonna lie. I did see what Law did to Virgo. Mind blowing. That was epic. That was epic. But if you got any questions, you can ask me. Also check out TheEliteace's page, man. I'm putting it in the description below, man. He's a real good reviewer, real cool cat, man. And like I said, he's a Detroit City player, so you gotta respect him, you know, growing up in the Motor City and shit. And yeah, Vash the Stampede, man, signing out. Also, hold on, wait a minute. Before I get into that, go to Master Sword 100's page. I'm gonna put that in the description too below. We had a discussion. It was myself, Tekken 101, Young Money Jeezy, Master Sword 100, and I feel bad because I can't remember the other dude's name. I'll put it in the description below as well. I just put all our pages in the description below because I can't remember his name right now. But I thought it was a really funny, good discussion. It was, you know, topical. It was concerning Bleach. So check that out on his page, and also subscribe to Master Sword 100's page. He's a real cool cat, man. You know. That's it for me, guys. Vash the Stampede signing out.